Hey everyone, Matron here, bringing you more StarCraft 2 commentary. This time a best of 3 series between Pain User spawning as the Red Terran in the northeast corner, and Liquid TLO, the little one, spawning as the Blue Zerg in the southwest corner of this Blistering Sands map. This best of 3 series will be part of the MLG Dallas action, Losers Bracket Round 10, as both players hoping to stave off elimination and move farther into this lower bracket. Pain User, who did do very well in the lower bracket of the MLG DC tournament, hoping to repeat that success. And the little one, who had just did a race change over to Zerg from Terran beforehand, did it a few weeks ago at BlizzCon, as he was matched up against Demaga in the BlizzCon tournament and lost in 2-0 in the ZVZ series. Hopefully he is able to take advantage of the fact that he had so much practice playing in this matchup on the other side in this TVZ matchup. He may know some ins and outs of the Terran race that will help him do better against Pain User. Looks like we have the supply depot at the front of the base here doing the traditional wall off. TLO is going to prevent that SCV from throwing down the barracks as long as he can. So now just trying to block that barracks, doing a good job here, taking as much damage as he possibly can, throwing down a 12 pool of his own. So very early pool here, as we see most players pumping out more and more drones, sometimes throwing down that 15 hatch 14 pool, sometimes a 14 or 15 pool, hardly ever this 12 pool though. So we may see some early Zergling pressure, and combined with that harass and that delay on the barracks, they may be able to get over before he can throw up this second supply depot to wall off. Looks like that drone's gaining HP as he does take one last hit there. See, Pain User does have his gas up and running well before his barracks. Again, that barracks was delayed, so we will see whether that factors into the early game here. Be interesting to see how long Liquid TLO stays on one base. We hardly ever see one base play from Zerg at this point, as the playstyle has really evolved into using more two-base play. As we see, the first 6 Zerglings going to be heading across the way here. They will at least be able to intercept this SCV, and Pain User will know that these Zerglings are on the way, that pool did go down. He's not going to be able to hide these Zerglings, so Pain User is going to have to push out a bunch of units here, may go for an early Hellion out of this factory if he was trying the 1-1-1 build. We see a gas steal from Liquid TLO here. Looks like those Zerglings finally picking off that SCV. He had made it all the way into the base of TLO, and now going to head over. And so they are a little bit delayed, not going to be able to put pressure on this front door as early as TLO would have liked. So we see continuous gas steal here, non-stop canceling and starting again. 2 Marines is not enough to take down the extractor. You need at least 3 Marines, as we do have the 3rd Marine instead going to be going towards the back door rocks here. We see a split, 2 Zerglings at the front door, 3 or 4 at the back, going to try to take down the rocks. And now Pain User is going to have to make a choice between guarding this front and back door and trying to take down this extractor. We see him pulling off another Marine here, going to try to guard both of his entrances here. The Zerglings just doing as much damage against these supply depots as they can. Pain User forced to use minerals to repair these, and TLO needs to pull back here as a Hellion has just popped out of this factory. Now the Hellion is going to come out here. He does know that Zerg players do like to position those Zerglings right outside the base there. Going to try to take down as many Zerglings as possible. He may be able to take down all 6 here. Looks like he's going to be able to do just that. So we see speed coming out for Dario right now. He did pull drones off of gas, so it looks like he's just going 1 gas. He did take that opportunity, harassing at the front door there to throw down this hatchery. Does not have any queens yet, so very interesting play. It looks like he has cut, actually just the 1 queen. Looks like he cut getting out that 2nd queen out of that hatchery. A lot of players will prepare the 1st queen and send it down to the expansion and have another one being created at the same time. So pushing out all those Zerglings did cost him a little bit in the economy and in the queen at the start, so he may have difficulty macroing up as we get further into this game. Now getting out the +1 upgrade for those Zerglings. So we may see more Zergling pressure early on, but the Hellions are going to be a great counter from Pain User, as he does have these 2 Hellions going all across the map here. He's going to take these watchtowers, make sure there are no Zergs there. going to take this opportunity to try to pick off this Overlord, and early on Overlords are so crucial, as we see he is going to be supply blocked after this Overlord goes down, now 39 over 36, being forced to produce another Overlord here, and he will be psycapped for a little bit. Zerglings moving across the field. They are not going to like going up against this Hellion. If they can get a good surround though, taking on that Hellion could be key with the Zergling pressure early on in the game. Going to try to keep those Hellions from massing up. If he's going to try to do a timing attack with this +1, he does not want any Hellions on the field. Hellions very effective in large numbers, as without that blue flame they do take a number of shots to take down those Zerglings. Still very effective, as we do see the Infernal Pre-Igniter research coming out for Pain User. So we may get the sense that TLO is going for a lot of early Zergling pressure. We don't see that Pre-Igniter very often unless you get that sense as the Terran player. TLO moving in a little bit too early. See his Zerg level 1 attack has not yet finished, about 20 more units of time, but he is going to be aggressive here, pick off this bunker and the Hellions. As we see another Hellion just finished, the Pre-Igniter is not complete either, so both players moving in and engaging here without the crucial upgrades. See another Hellion popping out. Now these two Hellions going to do their best to kite around, take down these Zerglings, but it looks like they are going to get the surround off. TLO needs to be careful here. Looks like he is going to go for this Tech Lab, so we will see 3, 2, 1. That Tech Lab, 1 second left before that Pre-Igniter could have come out, still on the orange flame. So great timing there, very smart play by TLO, taking down that Tech Lab before the upgrade could finish. And we'll see whether he's able to take advantage, push in with more Zerglings here. As we see, the front door was shut, so these Zerglings are going to be split, as these Zerglings will not be able to stream into the base of Pain User, getting out this Marauder, and two Hellions going to be able to take down these Zerglings. As we see, a supply depot is burning here, so Pain User does need to repair that quickly. The back door is not being worked on, as this Marine is there. We see the orbital command is being worked on by these front Zerglings. As we see this building still burning here, he needs to get this repair or else his front door will be vulnerable. We see a number of Hellions trying to micro back, denying, as we see burning this tree is that supply depot. I've never seen that before on this map. So that supply depot does go down, so his front door is vulnerable, but finally able to pick off all those Zerglings. And we'll see whether he gets up the Tech Lab and tries for the Pre-Igniter once again. See, he has gotten out a second factory, so going very heavy on the mech against these Zerglings. Looks like we will have a transition into Mutalisks, though, for TLO, as he is getting up a Spire right here. If we look at the income for both players, 1100 for Pain User right now, and only 800 for TLO. So all that early pressure with the Zerglings cost him so many minerals. Zerglings, kind of a throwaway unit, you never really think about losing them, but every two Zerglings could have been a drone, could have been an extra queen, helping with the macro, as TLO is now on 3 bases, but only 41 workers spread across the 3 bases. He's got very few drones, just 2 on gas in his main here. He's got 3 here. So it looks like he is trying to cut probes and drones here in favor of early units, but he's just not able to do much lasting permanent damage against Pain User. Pain User could try to get up this supply depot to complete that wall off again, as we do see that tree is completely roasted by the burning supply depot. Now the group of Hellions moving across here, Pre-Igniter about halfway done. This group of Hellions is going to be very powerful once that finishes, as the upgraded damage will go to 24 against light. So being able to two-shot those Zerglings and the 6 Hellions here are going to be very powerful. Going to be able to take out all these Zerglings. Zerglings not able to get a good surround on many of the Hellions. They are able to take down one there. Now a second one, and this third Hellion very low. So it looks like he is going to try to take down these creep tumors. The creep tumors are light, so you're going to take that bonus damage, 14 damage, before the Pre-Igniter finishes. We do see the first set of Mutalisks going to come out. They will be able to pick off these low Hellions, following them across the field here, as Pain User does know about this third base now. We'll see what sort of reaction he has to these Mutalisks. He had been pumping out Marauders early on, as well as those Hellions,